Heart of kindness. Once upon a time, there lived a man called Nyamiche. He lived in a little house in the village of Domiabra. He was a good man, always friendly and kind to everyone. He used to pray every day. Although he was very poor, he never asked God for riches. What he asked God in his prayer were peace, love, and harmony among his people, with happiness in the world as whole. One day, Nyamiche had no food in his house, so he took his last few coins and set off for the market to find the best ingredients his small money could buy in order to cook something to eat. On the way, he met a poor old man who looked weak and weary. He told Nyamiche that he was very hungry, and as a man full of compassion, Nyamiche gave the man his last money and told him to buy some food for himself. Nyamiche went home, feeling hungry but happy. Even though he slept on an empty stomach that day, he felt proud that he had been able to make an impact of someone's life. Nyamiche began to think hard about what he should do. It would be very rewarded to find some treasure, and then he would not be poor anymore. One the third night, Nyamiche had a dream. He made up his mind that he had to go to Kontonchi. He felt a little silly to be obeying voice in a dream, but at least I will know for sure if there is any treasure or not. He thought for sure if there is any treasure. Nyamiche knew that if he did not go to Kontonchi, he would always wonder if there really was any treasure buried there. After traveling for several days, he arrived at the city of Kontonchi. He asked and was shown to the palace, but the bridge was well guarded with soldier guard everywhere. If only the soldier would go away, Nyamiche thought I would be able to dig under the bridge. He could not just dig while so many guards were around watching. The security was really serious. As soon as one batch of soldiers went away to rest, another batch of guards took their after place. One soldier noticed Nyamiche was watching them. He ordered him to come and tell them what he was doing so near to the king's palace. You look like a foreigner. Are you an enemy spy? Tell us the truth or we will kill you. Poor Nyamiche was afraid. He feared for his life, and so he quickly told them his dream and the treasure which he hoped to find under the bridge. Ha 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 ha. The soldiers laughed. They thought Nyamiche was very silly to believe in their dream. You are a fool, said one soldier. It was all a wasted effort having to come such a long way of Kontonchi, all in the name of a treasure. There is none under this bridge. But another soldier told him that he too had dreamed of some treasure many years ago. For 3 nights, I heard the voice telling me to go to the town of Domiabra. There I will find some treasure buried under the kitchen of a man called Nyamiche. But Domiabra is far away, and there must be many living there who go by the name Nyamiche. So I did not bother to go find out. I am not fool like you. The soldier guards made fun of Nyamiche, but they neither beat or nor killed him. They thought he was too foolish to be a spy, so they let him go. Nyameche rushed back to his own little house in Domiabra. He went straight to the kitchen and began digging under the. He did not have to dig very long when he found a large treasure chest full of gold and silver coins. Nyameche thanked God for his good luck. If I had not gone to Kontonchi, I wouldn't have met the soldier at the bridge who told me where to find these treasures. He thought aloud. He was now a very rich man. Nyameche was able to help many people with all the money he found.
Allow babies to talk. One day, a woman went to collect fire from Mami's house. When she got there, there was no one at the house except a baby who was laying on a mat. The woman saw that there was 5 roasted fish on the fire. She looked left and right. Then she took one of the fish and chewed it. It was good for her. So she collected another one and chewed and took some of the burning fire and went. When Mamiya came, she asked, "Who has took some of my fish?" And the baby tell her what has happened. And Mamiya rushed to the woman's house and talked on top of her voice that everyone will hear. She said, "You thief, you have stolen my fish." All of the people in that community heard what Mamiya said. So they all rushed to the woman's house and they all said, "Thief, oh thief." The woman was feeling shy, so she rushed and killed herself. When God saw the tragedy that baby caused for their parents, so he decided that he will not allow baby to talk when they are not grown. So he a yam called Afasia and cut it into pieces, and he scratched the surface. Then he put the one he scratched into the baby's throat. From that day going, all babies were not be able to talk. Every time they wanted to talk, a sticky drop of water was coming from their mouth. When they were growing, the sticky drop of water will not come anymore. When they grown, the sticky drop of water stop and does not come again.
Once upon a time, there lived a boy in a village called Abba. The boy's name was Obi. The people of Abba were farmers. They went to their farms early in the morning and came back sometimes late in the evening. Obi's father was called Ajakwaku. Kochi was a brave hunter. He knew all the forests in the area. People said he had courage to fight all brave animals. Ajakwaku always told stories to Obi. When he came back from his hunting expedition, sometimes he told Obi how a wild animal attacked him and how he was able to escape unhurt from the animals. Ajakwaku wanted his son, Obi, to also be a hunter. One day, when the boy was 15 years old, his father called him and said to him, "Obi, you know you are our only child. I am proud of you, and your mother, Mami Pokua, is also proud of you because you are a good boy. You know I am a hunter. I done this work for the past 40 years. The old man sat down quietly before continuing. My father, Kofi Manu, of blessed memory, introduced me to the hunting when I was only 12 years old. Those days, he would make me carry his hunting sack. Then we moved to the forest late in the night. Why did you always go out in the night, Father? Obi asked. Night is the right time to trap the animals, since it's during the night that many of them come out to feed. So my father and myself would go out in the night. When I was tired, he made me rest for a while before I continue with him, deeper and deeper into the forest. That was 50 years ago. Obi, you are now 15 years old. You are old enough to begin to come with me into the forest to hunt. His father stopped talking for a while. He dropped the pipe of cigarette he was smoking. Yes, as I was saying, you should begin to join me to the forest. But understand this, the forest is not a place for children. Many horrible things exist in the heart of the forest. There are wild animals, there are beasts, and there are also evil spirits. Obi opened his mouth in horror when he heard this. Father, do you mean all these things live in the forest and you still go there? Obi asked. They surely do, my son. But listen carefully to this instruction I am giving to you. And if you abide by them, you will always be safe from all these evils and beasts of the night which is in the forest. What are those things that I must do, Father? The first one is when going to the forest, I will tie a cord to my waist and tie the other end to your waist. And always remember not to tie it tightly. Secondly, do not never use soap or any other thing that smell before we get into the bush. Why did you do not use a soap? Because the wild animal have a good nose to smell with. I will always remember that, Father. Obi said. The third thing is never wear sandals when we are entering the bush. Why, Father? Obi asked. Animal can hear footsteps when you wear sandals. The fourth one is never open your mouth or talk when you are in the bush. There are always poisonous insects in the air. I will remember all these things, Father. He told Obi to hurry and go for his hunting stings. There are precautions to take if you have to become a good hunter. When you are in trouble, do not talk in the forest or a beast will attack you. When night comes, as they were going to the forest, Ajakwaku told Obi to remember what he told him. Obi said, yes, Father, I will remember what you told me. They went into the bush and they separated themselves. When they separated themselves, Obi saw a small bush which was shaking. Obi wanted to talk, but he remembers what his father told him. He just pulled the cord, which his father tied it to his waist. His father felt it and came to Obi. He killed it, and it was an antelope. They put the dead antelope on the ground and put dry leaves on it. They went to the great kapkok tree. They stood up. A dwarf suddenly appears there, and they went round Obi and his father 6 times. and they disappears. Then a voice comes, if you want your son to become a great hunter, tell your son not to eat a tortoise meat. When they comes home, Obi bath and rest. In the morning, when Obi wakes up, his father tells him to take good care of himself. His friend Kanu comes to him, and Kanu gave Obi some toffees and chocolate. Kanu said to Obi, my mother is a trader, and my father is also a driver, whose car's back had been written that no food for the lazy man. And when he came back from work, he gave me these toffees and chocolates. One day, when Obi wakes up, there were no water, so he took a pot and went to the well. When he went there, he saw his friend Kanu with a can. He shifted to Kanu and said, what is in your palm? Kanu said, it's a canned food. And Obi said, I will eat. Then Kanu opened the food. Kanu opened the can and they blessed the food. Then Obi asked, who bought it for you? Kanu answered and said, it's my father who bought it from the city. Then they started to eat. Obi first took a meat and chewed all the meat, and he said, my stomach. He lay down, started turning to a turtle. Kanu ran to Obi's house and said to Obi's father that Obi is turning to a tortoise. As Obi turned to a tortoise, he crawled to the can, and there were written on the can that canned rice and tortoise meat. When Obi's father and his mother came there, Obi had already turned into a tortoise and had been vanished into the forest.
The little girl who was an orphan. There was once a girl who lived in a village called Suhu. The girl's name was Amina. The people of Suhu were traders, and the girl who was called Amina was an orphan. One day, Amina was sitting alone in the corner of a clay house, and she was crying. She heard a sound of a frog, and she stopped crying and slept. The next day, she woke up early in the morning. She started crying. An old lady comes closer to her and said, my granddaughter, why are you weeping in this morning? She told her that my parents are all dead, so I am an orphan. And the old lady told Amina that because you are cute, I will call you Tambelina, and I will make sure I will take care of you as my own granddaughter.
The hopping pancake. One day, when a mother of 3 boys was frying an appetizing pancake, the children came and complained of hunger. They requested to be given the pancake. The pancake, which heard the request of the children, protested and jumped out of the frying pan and began running quickly away. The 3 children chased Pancake. Some distance away, Pancake met Duck, who expressed the desire to eat it. Pancake protested, explaining that the 3 children of the flyer were in a hot chase to eat her up. Pancake dodged Duck and continued running away. Duck joined in the chase. Pig was the next animal Pancake met. Feeling sympathy, Pig inquired why Pancake was panting and looked so tired. Pancake explained the chase of life it was engaged in. Pig offered to protect it, and both ran very quickly until they came to a river. A big worry was observed written on the face of Pancake. because it did not know how to swim to cross the river. Pig offered to help if only Pancake would sit on its snout. Pancake accepted to sit there, not suspecting Pig of any foul intention. Midway across the river, Pig opened its mouth and into it fell Pancake. Without mercy, Pig mashed Pancake up. The boys and the duck went home with hungry and angry.